Today on Dueling Dishes, the Buche de Noel Challenge, pitting Chef Marc Aumont's classic French training versus Chef Emma Bengtsson's Swedish pastry prowess.
Hi, my name is Emma Bengtsson. I'm the head pastry chef at Aquavit.
I'm Marc, executive pastry chef at the Modern, at the Museum of Modern Art.
I believe in keeping pastries very clean and simple.
General approach of pastry is minimalist. Make a balance between acidity and sweet.
The Buche de Noel I'm making today is based on a princess cake. Princess cake is different kind of layers: sponge cake, pastry cream, a lot of whipped cream, and green marzipan.
I grew up most of the time making Buche de Noel, helping in the bakery of my father. I don't do the log, the regular log. We went to do a layer cake between chestnut and carrot, and we moist little bit the carrot cake with maple.
Marc, I see you're trimming your cake.
Yes, we bake carrot cake, one large, one medium, and two small, and start to build our layer cake.
You started off with this natural color marzipan, and now it's this beautiful green color. How did you do that?
I use normal food color. You just gotta have to work it in, and I preferably do it by hand.
So now you're building the log with layers, which is unusual because usually you're making a roulade and now you're making a layer cake instead. I just want the people at home to see that Chef he broke his cake and he put it back together, and it's really not a big deal.
It's not a problem he's broken. It's happened. It's like home cooking.
So you're moistening the cake with the maple syrup?
Don't brush too much, it's just to keep the moisture inside.
You're going to be rolling out the marzipan between two sheets of plastic?
I always start off with one piece and get it out a little, but then after a while you will notice it starting sticking to the stick, and then I just add on my second sheet.
That's so smart. What is a mousseline anyway?
Mousseline is no light like a mousse, and is not buttery or heavy like a buttercream or frosting. Okay, take a pumping bag. We verify our mousseline stay soft. We have a good move. Now we start. Donc after that we go with the second layer.
Each layer is slightly smaller than the other?
Yes. Some pastry chefs choose to do with log, and some pastry chef, my father, choose to do on this way.
So this is a family tradition?
Yes.
And you were being exploited as a young pastry chef making Buche de Noel?
Yes, very young, very young.
This is beautiful. It's like Christmas colors, which is perfect because it's a Christmas cake. Now you're spreading lingonberry jam.
It's a very tart berry. Normally we serve it with our meatballs, but it also works very great in pastry. Now I'm adding the pastry cream, and you don't have to use a piping bag.
This really is a traditional Swedish cake, and the flavors would be familiar to anybody from Sweden, but the appearance is going to be like a French Buche de Noel. That's the idea?
That's the basic idea. And this, I also use the plastic, because it's just easier to keep it clean.
This is the part most people at home are probably a little intimidated by.
You just gotta have to don't push it too hard, because you don't want, if you push it too hard, the cream is gonna keep on sliding out. And I will put this in the fridge for a little while, let it set.
We're going to choose 3 points where we're going to do our note. I'm going to do here one, here one, and here one. And with that, I putting this side on the top.
You're really good. This is fantastic. You're not even done.
This is, I think, is a really fun cake to do in family time. Very, very fun.
This is a wonderful project for home cooks because you can cover all of your mistakes.
Yes. The fork time. Donc what we were saying is to make that look like
bark.
a bark.
Yes.
We just continue to do it. It's nature. Nature is perfect. It's not perfect at the same time.
Marc is doing his famous sawing technique. So you're dipping your spatula into hot water and just gently pulling back, huh?
Yes.
What's going on over here?
I'm cutting it at a slight angle, so I'm gonna have a small piece here and a small piece here.
Look at this serving platter. This is the real article. Buche de Noel is like a cake version of a Yule log. This is a gorgeous cross-section of a tree. Wow, very nice. You had the trick up your sleeve this whole time, huh? I have to say, I think that these colors are just spot on. Things are kind of heating up over here. You're both putting your finishing touches on the cake, more or less.
This is the way we decorated traditionally in France.
You made these rings like the rings in wood just by dipping these small forms in cocoa. So this is simply shaved Valrhona chocolate.
Yes, you can use any hard chocolate that you want. I would go with the darker one so it doesn't become too sweet. Yeah, I wanted to have the feeling of how it looks when you're cutting it, the sawdust.
Right, like wood shaving. What you're both really showing us is how customizable this cake is. You can really put any decoration on the front.
Yes.
Because it's complicated or simple as you want.
I am all done now. It's finished.
Wow. Finally. What about you, Marc?
I think I'm done too.
And here we have our finished Buche de Noel. Judging with me today are Todd Coleman, Executive Food Editor of Saveur magazine, and Michael Ascanis, the James Beard Award-winning pastry chef.
Hey guys.
Chefs, can you tell us about what's in your cake? And we'll start with Emma.
My idea was to make a modern Swedish version of the Buche de Noel by using a princess cake.
What's a princess cake?
It's layers of sponge cake, pastry cream, and a lot of whipped cream that's covered in green marzipan. Instead of making it round, I rolled it up.
I see why this is Sweden's national dessert.
I love that it's not too sweet. A lot of things happening texturally too, which is nice.
There's a touch of saltiness, savoriness in there too.
I add a little bit of salt to the sponge cake because I want to get the flavors up a little bit.
Yeah, I love the way the marzipan provides a contrast.
Chef, please tell us about your Buche de Noel.
My Buche de Noel is revisiting American classic with a delicacy of a product from France, is a chestnut. The chestnut is for the pastry chef, the foie gras of pastry chefs.
Have you ever tried the chestnut and carrot cake combination before this?
Never. Just try was an idea.
All right, I guess we have something to talk about, chefs. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Michael and Todd, any initial thoughts?
I don't know, I liked Emma's approach. She used color, she used texture.
If I was going to make one for my kid, you know, I want it to look like Chef Marc's.
That lingonberry and Emma's really made everything kind of pop.
Both is excellent, the execution is excellent, and the thought behind it is unimpeachable. Chef Aumont did this very clever combination of old world and new world flavors, and Emma's, I absolutely loved it. Chefs, we have had a chance to have a long and thoughtful discussion about both of your desserts. You both approached the challenge with great intelligence and expertise. Todd?
Well, for me, the decision was very, very hard. But in the end, I'm a traditionalist, so I'm going for Chef Marc's.
I really enjoyed the textures and flavors and balance of Chef Bengston's dessert. And I am going to go with Chef Bengtsson.
Well, Chef Emma, I think what drew me to your Buche de Noel was the fact that you brought some personality into it, you brought your Swedish heritage into it, and your naturalistic approach was something kind of fresh that I've never seen before. Chef Marc, your novel flavor combination, kind of linking France and America together in this very traditional kind of a cake, is really what kind of just won me over just by a hair. So I'm gonna have to go with Chef Marc.
Congratulations, chefs.
Thank you.
Thank you.